Hello everyone, it's Shiny at China here, back with another video, and in today's video we're going to be going over the huge meeting that was just held in China with the private sector, with President Xi Jinping, with Premier Li Qiang, with Wang Huning, and also the Vice Premier, Ding Xixiang, all having a huge meeting today with the private sector going over certain issues such as what President Xi Jinping had talked about is the high quality development of the country's private sector and having huge confidence, having patriotism, and having these private sectors and like these different companies all holding up the Chinese beliefs, advancing the Chinese modernization goals, and also basically upholding socialism with Chinese characteristics. So as y'all can tell, this is a really big meeting. And one of the things that a lot of people don't know about this meeting is that the place that it's held is the the Great Hall of the People, which is actually the same place where the meeting was actually held back in 2018, whenever the trade war was going on under the last Trump administration. So I think that this is really highlighting a way that these things are going now, and how the tensions are rising between China and U.S. You could really say that China-U.S. relations now are at like an all-time low. Obviously, this is with the U.S. inciting all these sanctions and these trade wars, these false and fabricated claims on human rights or different issues, or even the U.S. even openly attacking BRICS or different international organizations that China is a part of. Which in a civilized world, these things would not be happening. Some of the companies that we can highlight that are attending this meeting are Huawei, Biadi, Build Your Dreams, Alibaba, and DeepSeek. Now, DeepSeek attending this meeting is a huge one because we haven't heard too long about DeepSeek, but we've heard a lot about it within the last month or so. And one of the things that DeepSeek has done for China now, after we've seen like the huge breakthrough that DeepSeek has made in the AI field, is that we've seen $1.3 trillion, this is US dollars, 1.3 trillion US dollars pouring into the Chinese stock market. So I mean, DeepSeek has done a lot for China already, and I feel like it's amazing what we're going to see in the future now with President Xi Jinping coming out and supporting DeepSeek and supporting all of these private enterprises, saying that there's going to be lots of opportunities now with the party and the country supporting you. And we want you to basically have more patriotism and post more of what it's like to be a Chinese entrepreneur and show that to the world. And there's going to be so much more opportunities for gaining wealth. So I think it's really great how this meeting was held and the topics that they talked about. And I feel like this is really a signal to the United States, telling the U.S. that y'all cannot mess with China. This is not the China from 40, 50 years ago. This is new China. Y'all need to understand that now that China is very powerful. China, we have all these companies like Huawei, we have DeepSeek now, we have Alibaba, we have BYD. So I mean, it's going to become like a no-brainer that the U.S. is going to be like, all right, we should just all work together. Or if they're going to continue down this wrong path that the United States is going through, it's really going to hurt everybody because trade wars, nobody wins. That's the thing. Like the main person that suffers from a trade war is the U.S. consumer, because the products that they're going to have to buy are much more expensive, and maybe the quality is not even as good as it was in China. For example, we look at what happens in trade wars. Maybe you used to buy something for $1. Well, after the trade war, you might have to pay $5 or $6 for it. So it's just like inflation. It's going to be very hard for the U.S. consumer buying a lot of the products that they used to buy. And they're going to have to, slow down on a lot of things. So nobody wins in a trade war. Nobody wins. So I feel like it's very unfair, all the things that are going on. And obviously it's unfair for the U.S. consumers, but it's also very unfair for the Chinese companies. But I think one of the big signals from this meeting is basically telling everybody that we're about to go through a trade war again. Another big thing that's been going through the news lately is how one of the things that Tesla needs to have approved for their autonomous driving is not approved yet. And I think that we're going to wait to see how this trade war plays out before China plans on approving this for sale. Because if the United States is just going to sanction all of our products and not let any of our products enter the U.S. market, and we've already let that many U.S. companies enter the Chinese market, I mean, it's really unfair. So I think it's going to be a tough one. So I think that basically the signal from this meeting is telling everybody that this is just like 2018 and we're going to be entering a trade war. Well, that's going to be it for today's video. I would like y'all to leave a comment telling me what y'all think about if we are or if we are not entering a trade war. And make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you. Have a good one.